All right, so we're going to stand feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. This is sort of the starting position. You'll take your tongue and just touch it to the roof of your mouth. It can be just behind the teeth at the top. It can be a little further back, which is between the hard and soft palate. Or if you're very adventurous, it can be all the way backwards, kind of trying to stick the tongue straight up. So they call those the 3 positions. Not overly important. First one or second one is fine. You don't have to go into, we call it third gear. But just keeping it up there. This is the embryological state that babies get. So they found when they looked at infants breathing, they'll belly breathe and their tongue will be on the roof of their mouth. So that's why we're mimicking its embryological breathing or rebirth breathing. That's sort of a foundation principle of Qigong and what makes it different to yoga. Yoga doesn't really talk about tongue positions often in the beginning. They're more about the stretches. So that's the key difference. It's seen as connecting the circuits. And so if you've got the tongue up there, then it helps the mental energy to assimilate or and circulate throughout the rest of the body. So we'll keep the tongue there. And then we're going to arms up. We're going to rotate on the heel and look over the shoulder. And we're going to go back and forth and then the other side. Just warming up the spine. Making the spine nice and loose and open. Breathing in the nose. Tuning into the moment. Really going for that rotation, freeing up any restrictions in the spine. Breathing into the belly. If at any point you get a little dizzy or lightheaded throughout all these exercises and breathing, that's okay. Feel free to just go at your own pace, skip around, anything like that. Just listen to your body. We're activating our energy body. And now what we're going to do is going to plant the feet and go into knocking on the door of life. So the feet stay still, but the arms sort of keep up that motion, knocking over the lower belly and the low back. I seem to do this little bouncy thing with my knees. You can do that or not. I sort of drop my knees when I come to the middle and straighten my legs when I rotate. Just feels good to me. Now we're going to take the hand and go onto the collarbone, just knocking into the collarbone. This activates lung 22. It's for the immune system. And obviously the lung point. Now we're going to tap on top of the shoulder, getting that gallbladder point. Coming back to the collarbone. Back to the belly. Slowing down. And relax. Notice how you're feeling. Spine's warmed up. Now we're going to go into some spinal cord breathing. So keep the heels planted, arms together, and we'll inhale going into extension. And then exhale, we'll go round into the fetal position. And if you can, elbows sort of go toward the navel and tuck the chin. And extension, looking up, arching the back, inhaling and exhaling rounding the back, tucking the tailbone under, like you're going into a little ball. In and out. Getting a nice rhythm. Opening the spine. Activating the cranial sacral pump. I know if you've ever had cranial sacral therapy, you're doing your own cranial sacral therapy now. And relax. Now we're going to go into a more active one called the pump. So hands go up, and then hands come down, knees bent, and the hands come to the back. And then up. It's like a pump. Knees straighten, knees bend, knees straight, hands up. Inhale as hands go up. Exhale, send it to the kidneys. This one's good if you're ever cold in the winter too. Really warms up the body. I like to breathe out my mouth for this one. In the nose, out the mouth. And relax. Now we'll do some knocking on the chest. And then we'll go tap down the inside of the arm and up the outside. And do this 3 times, down the inside, up the outside. One more time. And then coming across and going down the other arm, down the inside, up the outside, down the inside, up the outside. One more time. And then knocking on the kidneys, just that spot, L2, door of life. And then we're going to start tapping down the outside of the legs, up the inside. Up the inside. Knocking on the hips, going around to the glutes, down the outside. Up the inside. One more time, down the outside. Up the inside. And then just knocking on the belly, just below the navel. Take a few deep breaths. And let go. Just feel the body. You might notice heat, warmth, tingling. We've activated our energy body. It's every bit real as our physical body, integrating energy and physical, increasing our energy. Now we're going to go into one of my favorite stretches. This is part of the Dragon Qigong. We're going to go into a wider stance, and then we're going to rotate on the feet into a lunge. And then you're going to keep the heels on the ground, leaning into the front leg, and then rotating at the hips, looking over the shoulder. And if you can, stretching out the hands. Take a few deep breaths. So a full body stretch. And then rotating, coming back to center, feet straight ahead. And we'll rotate to the other side. Rotating there, putting the weight into the front leg, looking over the shoulder like there's something behind you. Back to center. Let's take a breath here. And then rotate. Same thing. We're going to stretch like wringing out a towel, wringing out the fascia, squeezing, stretching. Back to center. Other side. And back to the center. Few breaths. Now we're going to interlock the hands, and we're going to make little circles with the elbows. So bringing the one up, over, and then down, and the other elbow. Just rotating. Opening up the whole body. Breathing into that belly. This helps free the diaphragm. It gets stuck. The diaphragm attaches to the lower 6 ribs. Kind of like rowing a boat. Creating motion in our ocean, our sea of chi. Other way. This one's a bit of like a workout. All right, then inhale, hands to chest, exhale. Back and forth. Fully in, fully out. This one's kind of like the spinal cord breathing. Now we're going to rotate, bringing the hands up, and we're going to inhale, drawing the energy up from the legs. Bringing the hands up, and then back down. Rotate other side, drawing the energy up this leg, bringing it up to the head, and back down. We'll just rotate back and forth. This is good for emotional balance. It balances the liver and the spleen. Right side is to balance the liver, obviously. And then as we go to the left side, that's the spleen. Liver balances the blood. The spleen balances the lymph. So red and white blood. Back to center. We're going into a move called flying. So you pretend you're flying like a bird, hands come up, wrists relaxed, and then back down. Inhale. Exhale. Pretend you're a big eagle or a raven soaring in the sky. Or you're Peter Pan or something. All right, relax. We're going to go into centering. So bring one hand under the belly. The other hand's going to come up. Come to center and then down the midline. Bringing that into the hand and switching. Drawing all the energy in, bringing it back into your center of power, which is in the belly. Fire in the belly. Activating the lower dantian. This is where qi is believed to be stored and cultivated in the intestines. And by going down the midline, we're aligning mind, heart, and gut. So this is balancing our electromagnetic field. This is really good to do if you've had a lot to do, been super busy, reconnecting mind, heart, and gut. Hands over the belly. Take a few breaths. All right, now that we're all warmed up, we're going to go into the breathing. You can do it standing too, or we can do it seating. Again, we're going to do it. I'm going to sit. Feel free to sit. We'll do the 4 rounds of breathing, 3 breath holds. We'll do 60 breaths, just inhaling and exhaling for about 4 minutes. This is building up pressure in the system, activating the blood pressure and the lymph, the whole body. And then we'll do a 2-minute breath hold on the exhale if you can, or just rest. And this is to balance oxygen levels. And then we'll follow it by a 30-second hold on the inhale to balance carbon dioxide tolerance. And then we'll let it go and do another round. And then we'll end in the 4 minutes of just breathing. You can move your arms or not. Moving the body is going to build up lactic acid and heat in the body. We're going to transform that into energy instead of stiffness. Used to call that DOMS, which was called delayed onset muscle soreness. And that's to do with pH balance in the tissues of the body. So we're alkalizing the body and oxygenating the body. As well as meditating, because we're focusing on one thing, mainly the breath. We use the breath as a bridge to the soul and the spirit, because you can't breathe in the past and you can't breathe in the future. You can only breathe now. If your arms start to get sore or heavy, they can just rest in your lap and touch first finger and thumb, and that will connect the lung with the liver meridian. Fascia is pressure electric, so allowing the pressure and the circuits to activate and connect and then circulate. Many layers. Same actions. I'm just using a lot of words to distract you. A little faster. Kind of like CPR. Inhale like a yawn. Exhale like a laugh or a sigh. Always smile. Smile means start my internal love engine. So activating the heart. Heart purpose is love. We can either have the love of power or the power of love. Four more breaths. Fully in. Letting go. Connecting first finger and thumb, tongue to the roof of the mouth. Fully in, hold and squeeze. And let go. Next round. Mm. Mm. And letting go. And fully in a squeeze. And letting go. Fully in, letting go. Fully in, hold and squeeze. Letting go. Now just doing some breathing. We've gone to the depth of the lymphatic system. Heat, warmth, tingling, saliva. You can probably feel your skin tingling or dry hands or dry throat, or maybe some saliva in there. Maybe some muscle twitching. Usually during that breath hold, there are some contractions. It's all normal. rebalancing, smoothing the neural pathways. Feeling the electromagnetic energy, the plasma of the blood. Plasma is the protein concentration in the bloodstream. And we can move plasma once it's charged just with our hands. So that's why we do the hands movement. It helps guide the plasma through the body, like they do in things like Reiki. To the head, and then down to the legs, to the toes, and back up. Fully in. And let go. Just noticing the tingling in the hands, swirling, your electromagnetic energy, the energy body and the physical body, pulsing, temperature. Notice your toes. Are they hot? Are they cold? Are they dry? Are they clammy? Notice your hands. Are they hot? Are they cold? What does your left thumb feel like? And what does your right thumb feel like? Is there a difference between the left and the right? How does your left toe, big toe, feel? And what about your right toe? Do your big toes feel same or different to your thumbs? And up the body into the nose. Do you feel any sensations in the tip of the nose, tingling, buzzing? Are you itchy anywhere? Don't try to fix it, just notice. And then to the top of the head, it might be a tingling or a buzzing. You might feel like a string is pulling you up to the Big Dipper. You might feel like your tailbone is being pulled into the earth. The spine is becoming aligned. And we'll just fold our hands over the belly. Breathing in the nose. out the nose, and relax and let go.